After 6 games over 9 days, Deep Blue, the IBM computer, beat Garry Kasparov.
And whoa!
There was some panic after Deep Blue beat our greatest chess master, but the team at IBM wasn't the first to do the unthinkable. In the 1700s, one Baron von Kempelen challenged whoever dared to cross his path to beat the marvel of the century at a game of chess. That machine won countless matches for over 80 years. The Mechanical Turk was one of the first embodiments of artificial intelligence. Its descendants come in many different shapes, from HAL 9000's round eye to Wall-E's box frame. Yet its birth will forever be linked with this one game that started the battle between humans and machines. And of all the shapes AI has taken, none will ever be more frightening than our own.
Bishop to King 7. Check.
We are summoning the demon. With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
We might be taken aback by some complex machines, but when they are indistinguishable from ourselves, we start questioning who or what around us is a machine.
Look again. Freeze it.
If we ourselves are made of blood and bones, or copper and cables.
You're not cute like a doll. You just look like someone's ordinary kid.
So how can we know we're human?
I think, Sebastian. Therefore I am.
Of the things that separate us from machines, cinema has always highlighted memory.
When's your birthday? I never had a birthday.
We're all born. We all ask the wrong questions.
Where are you?
I am... I don't have a body, I live in a computer.
And at some point, we all flee mimetic polyallo robots sent from the future to kill us. It is the sum of these experiences that makes us, us. But machines are created. They never grew into themselves. Humans, on the other hand, are programmed through experiences, and memories are their traces.
I still find myself having conversations with her in my mind, rehashing old arguments.
Traces of the programming that lets us understand who we are and find our place in the world.
I don't remember.
AI has no explanation for its programming. In cinema, whenever mechanical beings achieve human-like consciousness, they look to the past to find their identity, the reason behind their programming.
I am your father.
I want more life, Father.
All utterly meaningless in the face of the only question that matters. Where do it come from?
In Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, it is the absence of a past that sets off the first replicant.
Mother? Yeah. Let me tell you about my mother.
The company that created the androids, the Tyrell Corporation, found a way to close that loophole by implanting fake memories, making a replicant all the more human.
How many questions does it usually take to spot one?
20, 30 cross-referenced.
It took more than 100 for Rachel, didn't it?
She doesn't know.
She's beginning to suspect, I think.
Suspect? How can it not know what it is?
When confronted with her machine status, Rachel looks to the proof of her memories to justify her humanness.
Look. It's me with my mother.
The cold and dispassionate Rick Deckard is supposed to hunt machines like her, but everything is put into question by the replicant's belief in its humanity, which Scott makes plainly visible when the fake photo of the fake mother comes to life in Deckard's hands. In Tarrying with the Negative, philosopher Slavoj Žižek says the following.
Replicants subjectivize themselves by way of combining these memories into an individual myth, a narrative which allows them to construct their place in the symbolic universe.
Is it all that different from the way human memories are created? When we think back on our past, and the stories we're told by those around us become a part of our own myth.
The past is just a story we tell ourselves.
We've got a lot in common.
For Philip K. Dick, the original mind behind Blade Runner, the difference between humans and machines lies elsewhere. While intelligence can be found in countless species, only in social animals like humans do we find empathy. A snake would have no use for it, but the human race would wither without it, he writes.
As long as some creature experienced joy, then the condition for all other creatures included a fragment of joy. However, if any living being suffered, then, for all the rest, the shadow could not be entirely cast off.
In the book, replicants show some traces of humanity, but it's in the film that, confronted with his inevitable death, the replicant chooses to save Deckard's life, thus becoming his equal. Back in the 1700s, the Mechanical Turk was unmasked as a fraud. As it turns out, this complex machine was operated by a human hidden inside it. The question remains, will we find a human hidden inside our machines of the future? Or does a monster lie there, waiting to be awakened?
Give me your answer, too. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you.